What's up, guys? We're back. We're out here. Episode 4 of Inter Talks, brought to you by SempreInter.com and Inter Destroying Club since 1908. Bringing you this episode 4 on another disappointing note. Shout out to Anthony again, who did the match review of Inter Torino. Finished 2-2. If you didn't know, check out the video in the description below. We were 2-0 up at half time, but as Inter often do, we just let it slip. So as it stands, after 2 games, we're standing with 1 point in the league tables, already 5 points behind Juve and Napoli, which is not good. You know, we spent the summer hyping the team up, especially after the transfer market we've had. The Italian media especially has been calling into the anti-Juve, the anti-Napoli, but we've shown that clearly we're not there yet. But no panic, we still have 36 games left in the season, plus the Champions League. To make up for this sloppy start. Last season we started amazingly, then dipped off, so maybe this season we can do the opposite, start off a bit slower and then build up as we go along. Even though I don't like to say it, this is already looking like a must-win game. You know, Inter need the win to give confidence to the players, all the different new players that we have in the team. You have to have that winning mentality and confidence in the team to start building the foundations for the season ahead. So let's look ahead to the match. I was seeing that Google actually starting to do match predictions now, and it's giving a 61% probability to win against Bologna's 24%. So we're clearly odds-on favourite to win, as it should be. But as you know, with Inter, Pazza Inter, we're called Pazza Inter for a reason. We're just a bit, the matches that we should win easily, we don't like hazy wins. That's just not, that ain't our style. So let's get straight into the predicted lineups for the match. Spalletti surprised us all last match. He went for a 3-4-2-1 formation, which some people thought it could sort of form into a 4-2-3-1, the usual 4-2-3-1. But actually it was a straight 3 at the back formation, almost mirroring the formation Torino had with Walter Mazzari's famous 3 at the back. So we just mirrored that. And now a lot of the sources and stuff that I'm reading, no one's really sure whether Spalletti's going to continue with the 3 at the back or go back to the usual 4-2-3-1. You know, last season there was a few things that you could put your money on. One was Ronaldo scoring in the Champions League, Roma playing the 4-3-3 with Di Francesco, and Inter playing the 4-2-3-1. That was just one of those givens. But all the new signings and the results recently mean that we don't really have any certainties yet in the team. I don't think even Spalletti knows his best 11 yet. The fans don't know the best 11 yet. We're still yet to see all the signings. Nainggolan hasn't even stepped on the pitch for us yet. So I think even this time Spalletti's going to keep us guessing until the last moment really for the lineup. So I'm just going to pick one of the lineups that I've seen out there on SempreInter.com. One of the certainties though, it seems, unfortunately, Asamoah will be out. He was substituted in the last match in the second half. Which was sort of when our downfall started. Whatever injury he had against Torino, he doesn't seem to have recovered from it yet. He hasn't taken part in the team trainings this week, so it looks like he will be out. So it looks like either our boy, our guy, D'Alberto will have to step in, or D'Ambrosio. So we'll have to see, depending on the formation, who steps in. So the predicted lineup I've gone for is the 4-2-3-1. With Handanovic in goal, retaining his place even after last week's big mistake against Torino for Belotti's goal. Handanovic is a player that splits the opinion for Inter fans. You know, a lot of people think, yeah, he's a bit dead. He's a bit immobile sometimes. He doesn't dive as much as he should. But I think he's been one of our most consistent players over the last 5-6 years. He's been there. He's been there in the whole Banter era. He's just been consistent. He's been good almost every season. One of the top 5 keepers in the Serie A for me. So rightly he's rotating his place ahead of Tommaso Berni and Padelli. At right back, Simo Vrsaljko should keep his place after his debut last week. He didn't do too badly. He was solid, did the simple things well, considering he just came back from the World Cup a few weeks ago. He is definitely not physically 100% yet. But he will keep his place in the team. As centre-back, Skriniar and De Vrij. De Vrij, of course, scored his first Inter goal last weekend against Torino, which was nice for him, gives him some confidence. And Skriniar, who made the return to the team after he was injured in the first match day. At left-back, it's a match between D'Ambrosio and D'Albert. D'Ambrosio is favourite at the moment for obvious reasons. Dalbert, the guy's so scared. The only people more scared than him are Inter fans when they see him touch the ball. I mean, it's not ideal to play D'Ambrosio out on the left because he's quite uncomfortable there, as he's right-footed and his left foot is quite weak. But I think we'd rather take the risk of playing D'Ambrosio slightly out of position rather than play our boy Dalbert. The two in midfield should be Brozovic and Gagliardini. I know I said that last week, but Gagliardini was in most of the predicted lineups. And then Spalletti did us all and put Vecino from the beginning for the whole 90 minutes actually, which upset a lot of Inter fans who thought Vecino should be one of the ones who got substituted. And I agree, he's not really showing that form that we saw in the first half of last season. And Gagliardini hasn't even been given a chance this season. So it would be good to see Gagliardini being given a chance at least against Bologna. So the three attackers behind Icardi, Politano should retain his place out on the right. He was one of our better players against Torino last weekend. So he should retain his place due to his form really, and he does need some time to bed into the team. On the left-hand side, even Perisic will retain his place as well. He's probably one of our few guaranteed starters in the team for now. Now behind the striker, that's the doubt that we had last weekend as well. A lot of reports are saying that Spalletti is willing to risk Nainggolan from the beginning because he believes he is that last missing piece of the puzzle. He was the player that he wanted so badly from Roma, that attacking midfielder that can provide the late runs into the box and help Icardi score goals because we're relying on Icardi too much to score goals, as we've seen from the last few seasons. The percentage of goals that Icardi scores for Inter is way too high. We need to spread the load of the goals throughout the team, and that's what Nainggolan has been brought in to do. And also his personality and tenacity in the team, seems that tendency to switch off and not fight for the result is very Inter-like of recent seasons. And players like Nainggolan have been brought in to change that mentality. Up front, of course, our captain Mauro Icardi, who will be looking to break his duck this season. He hasn't scored yet, which will worry him. He's someone who's usually starts off the season quite strong. So let's look at Bologna's recent form. So Bologna this season have a new manager, Pippo Inzaghi, who was given the job after doing well with Venezia in Serie B. After Roberto Donadoni left. The start of the season hasn't been too impressive either. They're on 1 point, just like Inter. They started off the season with a loss against Spal, and in the last match against Frosinone it was a 0-0 draw. And in the Coppa Italia earlier on in the season they actually won, but that's been their only win, and that was against the Serie B side Padova. So overall, as I said, it shouldn't be too hard of a match really. Bologna haven't really made any big signings over the summer. They've got a new coach who needs to instill new ideas into his team still. They have quite a few injury worries at the moment as well, with my guy Ratteo Palacio. He's a doubtful. He's doubtful for the match. He was injured. He hasn't really taken part in training this week according to the reports. Another important player for them is Godfred Donsa, the all-action midfielder. He's been out with an injury as well. He's a big doubt for the match. So those are two key players for Bologna that will be missing from the match most likely. So that should help Inter for sure. Up front, Mattia Destro is a favourite to start. You know, Mattia Destro, one of our Inter youth products from a while ago, from that team with Balotelli and Santon. One of the few Inter players to really make it in professional team at a high level. I just hope he doesn't continue the trend of former Inter players scoring against us. So that was it, guys. That was a short little preview for our Inter Bologna match. Again, remember, guys, early kickoff on the Saturday 5 p.m. In Bologna. Make sure to check out Anthony's review after the match. Hopefully it's a positive review this time, Anthony. Thank you for everyone who's been subscribing. We've already reached 300 subscribers in just over a week. Thank you for all the support. Continue liking the videos and commenting and using the hashtag Intertalk to interact with us. And as always, guys, Forza Inter. I hope to see you guys on a more positive note next time. Ciao!